Alright, I'm gonna review a beer here that, I didn't purchase this, and I already poured it, actually. I cracked it open and poured it already, so, I normally like to get that into this review, but I did not get that, but I'll talk about it here in a bit. I didn't buy, I didn't even know that Budweiser had these, but this is Budweiser, Brewmaster's Battle Project 12 batch 231-85 vanilla bourbon cask light amber lager aged on bourbon staves and vanilla beans. So it's basically a vanilla bourbon cask lager, which is, it's something a little, a little different. This is, Budweiser. That's Budweiser trying to, this is Anheuser-Busch, InBev. Just doing some craft beer things, and I see no problem with that. I think that's great that they're doing that. Black Crown is another one, and I have two more that are these batch Brewmaster bottles in the fridge here that I'm going to review. And I didn't buy these. My grandparents bought them and then gave them to me when I broke my leg here, when I got hit by a car. So I've had them in the fridge for a little while. And they gave me 6 of them, 2 of each kind, three kinds, and then I drank 3, 1 of each kind, and now I'm going to review them. So I kind of have somewhat of a formed opinion. Nice looking label here, neat looking. So I have no idea where they purchased this. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. They're in Plattsmouth, so I assume that they maybe purchased it in Plattsmouth somewhere. Plattsmouth is a city south of here. Okay, I poured this in, and this didn't ever form much of a head at all. It was, it did form like a finger of bubbly head, sudsy head, and then it really dissipated, and it's looking pretty flaccid right now. Like really just, as if this could be like whiskey or something, it could be, even that. I mean, there's too much bubbles in it for it to be a whiskey, but it still has that color and has that flaccidness. So I poured it, and this is pretty much what we have here. We have no head. What was there was, almond color, I guess. And then this is clear and copper amber appearance. This is a lager. Then what's weird about this is a vanilla bourbon cask lager, which is something you never heard of before. Normally it's an ale. So let's go ahead and give this a smell. I know it looks the appearance is definitely like a D+ for me. I mean, the appearance is not, it's not working out that well for me. But the taste is better than the appearance, I can assure you. It's not. Okay, well, I do get, this is not an incredibly potent, strong smelling beer, but I do get the vanilla. That's one thing I do get right off the bat. Like a malty sweetness is there too, but it's very light, so let's go ahead and give this a taste. There's not a whole lot of smell there either, so the smell is like C range. Okay, this, it's a beer that's by Anheuser-Busch InBev, and people, say a lot of bad things about the big companies like InBev, SAB Miller, Molson Coors, and Pabst, those big companies, but they really do some good things, and this, I think, is one of those things. It's not, definitely not going to be on the, up there, tops or anything, but, this is definitely something good to try. Okay, so I do get vanilla, that vanilla bean kind of flavor. I've experienced that, you know, that vanilla bean flavor in other beers. You know, where it's, you know, a ale that has a lot of flavor that you have to pick all of those things out. This is not like that, but you get the vanilla, a slight malty sweetness, a mild malt profile, however, and then you do get, you know, a bit of that whiskey kind of flavor, that whiskey kind of bourbon barrel kind of thing, bourbon cask. I don't know, you know, there's a line of beers that, you know, a big kind of style within craft beers that are beers aged in bourbon barrels or bourbon casks. And for instance, let's talk about a little rare beer by Boulevard, which is the Double Barrel Quad. That is probably one of the biggest whiskey tasting beers you will ever have. If you don't like the taste of whiskey, you will not like that beer. I really enjoy that. That's like it's a very limited edition beer, but it's very enjoyable all around. To really taste that, I think, because I do like whiskey. This has an element of that. It has, you know, some of that whiskey flavor. It's very mild though, and then I'm kind of getting like maybe a little bit of a slight roasted profile with it now, but that's, you know. But yeah, you do get that whiskey bourbon barrel kind of flavor, which is nice. You know, it is all around a nice beer. It doesn't look very appetizing, does it? No, it doesn't. But it tastes good. Mouthfeel. It's effervescent on your tongue. You can feel those bubbles. It's dry, crisp, clean, refreshing. Drinkability is high. It really goes down good. You know, you can kind of drink this down. This is 5.5 ABV. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is a lager, so it is going to be drinkable. You know, unless you hate the taste. This is a very enjoyable beer. There's a Beechwood Bock Brewmaster that's like this, but it's a Beechwood Bock. That has more in it. That is, you know, less enjoyable. You know, but still, you know, it's really nice. You know, they're doing some good things, obviously. So I'm gonna go with the B on this beer. It definitely, you know, I really am enjoying this beer. It really is nice. But on the other hand, it's not B plus or higher. I suppose the highest you could go is B plus. It definitely is not A minus and higher range. Definitely is not that good. It's not that enjoyable. But I don't think it's C range either. The lowest you could probably give it is B minus. I mean, it is enjoyable. It is a good beer. I mean, it's really nice. So I'm gonna stick with that. Stick with that B rating. I'm going to finish this off, and I'll probably review those other two, and I might do a revisit of Miller Lite while I'm sitting here with this broken leg.